It seems that no matter how many steps 343 Industries step forward when developing Halo, they always manage to take a few steps back in the process. For those who don't know, today is the day that Halo Infinite Season 4 will be released. The season is called Infection, and as you can imagine that means that the game mode Infection is finally coming to the game. It's taken a while for the game mode to come, but it is looking promising. It is looking like they're changing it around from normal, with the maps having secret pathways open that you can go through, but also some dead endings. So it's changing the maps around, which could be interesting, but we'll see how that is later on today. But what I'm making this video about is some news on Twitter from Sketch. So through the previous seasons, there's been some form of narrative event and cutscenes that go along with the release of each season. To start off with, it was a little slow. Obviously, the gap from Season 2 to Season 3 was very, very significant. But there has been a storyline forming in amongst this, with Aratus and then also Spartan Din Eklund, as well as seeing our own multiplayer Spartan in these cutscenes and part of the narrative event. It hasn't really been used all too well. Like, the whole thing of Season 2 was go play this new mode, which eventually just got removed altogether, and we haven't seen that mode since Season 2, which was last Spartan Standing. But when Season 3 rolled round, we did get some more narrative cutscenes with the door being blasted off the Oni building, as well as going through Spartan Din's memory with Aratus, and obviously he's looking back to his days when he was an SPI, watching his squad mates die. He has some sort of guilt, maybe survivor's guilt, maybe guilt for sending them to their deaths. But yeah, we saw that, and it was somewhat interesting. And then it was midway through Season 3 that we saw what was down in the Oni building. Not the Oni building, sorry, the Oni bunker on Livefire. So obviously, originally the door was blown off. The paint on the door was blown off, and there was an Oni logo under there. And then we jumped down after beating that event. It was like a mid-season event, and we saw it was a SBI armor that was on an armor stand sort of thing. And Aratus then took it over, and he is now infected Spartan armor and can now apparently an AI that can infiltrate Spartans, take control of them, which is what the whole story is behind Infection. There's been changes in the multiplayer maps with, you can see different effects, you can tell stuff has been taken over in the war game simulator. And it's not everyone was a fan of it. Some people weren't really on board with it, they didn't really care. You know, some people just want actual proper story in the form of, campaign or whatever. But unfortunately, after the layoffs at 343, we're not going to be getting campaign, which is a great shame. We're not going to get, it is in campaign DLC. We will be getting another Halo campaign in quite a while from now. It'll probably be, 4 years, maybe less, maybe more. But with what's happened with Halo Infinite and the state of Halo, we'll be waiting a while for that. But the reason I am making this video is in regards to those narrative cutscenes, what Sketch has put on Twitter. PSA. As we've refined our top priorities and shifted resources internally this year, we had to make the decision to forego seasonal narrative cutscenes to make room for the team to continue focusing on highly requested features, content, and improvement for Halo Infinite. So essentially, the narrative event that they've been building up since Season 2 now, with Din, Eklund, and our multiplayer Spartan, Aratus, and everything, that has all led to Infection coming in Season 4. That's it. They're not doing any more. So the cutscenes, they'll be gone. And then just the story itself is now going to be cut so they can keep bringing out features to the game. And he's also said, these trade-offs are never easy to make, and we truly appreciate your support as the team works to make Halo Infinite the best experience possible. While the job is far from over, Season 4 marks another big step forward, and we remain committed to this journey with the Halo community. So in fairness, there is a lot of good changes that seem to be coming with Season 4. We have got, obviously we've got a Battle Pass as per usual, a new core, which some people, including myself, aren't really a fan of new cores. We rather just have cross-core or whatever, but that is what it is. But we are getting a progression system in terms of ranks that is going to be coming to Halo Infinite, which is long overdue at this point. You know, every single Halo since Halo 3, I believe, had a form of progression with ranks, and you know, you can get to General or Inheritor or Spartan rank 152. You know, in the games you had all these different ranks to go towards. Halo Infinite launched without that, but we are getting that now. But unfortunately, in order for the more features that really should have been in the game at launch, that previous games have had, which is taking a long time to do, now means the scrapping any sort of narrative events, any narrative story to the multiplayer thing, including our Spartans, which is a shame. It really is a shame, because in my opinion, I was getting I wouldn't say I was overhyped or anything for, oh, where's the story going, but it did have me interested. I was interested to see where this story was going to go, and just seeing our multiplayer Spartan in Halo lore as part of the universe. Obviously, we did have that with Spartan Ops, which was sort of like dipping toes in the water. Obviously, you're part of Fireteam Crimson, you and whichever mates you bring along with you. Which, while Spartan Ops is Spartan Ops, it does have flaws. The concept was good, just wasn't executed very well, which could have been amended in Halo Infinite. We could have had that sort of experience, but better in a PvE setting eventually down the line, with some, you know, with the narrative focus to it with our Spartan. But maybe at some point down the line there'll be a change and we'll start seeing narrative stuff come back, but for now, Season 4 going onwards, we're not going to be seeing any of this, which is really a great shame. Obviously, this is why we didn't see any cutscene snippets in the Season 4 trailer, which I was confused about, but it is what it is. If this means they can improve the game, and hopefully this means they just improve on the game in every single way that it needs to be improved on, adding features that should be there, then I guess that is what it is. I mean, I'm coming back to the game to play Infection. I haven't played the game in a while now, but if it's good, I will keep playing. But if they do this now, get rid of any narrative sort of focus to it, and then they don't even make any necessary changes, what is the point? It's just making the game bland, it's making the game boring. But yeah, that was just sort of me weighing in on this situation, letting you guys know if you weren't aware already. What do you think about narrative events like this in Halo? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Let me know down in the comments. If you've watched till the end, thank you very much. If you've interacted with the video, thank you. Please do consider subscribing. But other than that, listen to Johnson.
Do it. Now.